Good day to you, wherever you are in this world. I hope all is well with you. I thought I'd show you a little bit of hand sewing that I like to do. Usually I like to do hexagons, as you can see behind me. There's a hexagon, one of my hexagon quilts. But I thought I'd start squares. Now usually squares can be easily sewn on a sewing machine, but as I like hand sewing, I thought I'll do it this way. I thought the corners would be more perfect this way as well. So I'm going to show you from the very start how I cut my paper, etc. So the first thing I do is I get my A4, just ordinary printer paper, and I have a cutter. I don't know what you call it actually, but let's go down a way to my little table. And it's a little cutter like that. And it takes an ordinary rotary blade. Now my squares are going to be 2-inch squares of paper. And then it will be, if I find a 2-inch. So there's 2-inch there. Line it up square. I'm going to stand up, put a bit more pressure on it. There's 4 sheets I've got in here. I'm just going to do the one section at the moment. So make sure they're all nice and square edges. 2 inches again. And it's as simple as that. With hexagons, I print them out and cut them by hand with a pair of scissors. You can buy them nowadays from Amazon, Etsy, etc. But I've always done it this way, by hand. So I'm just going to do them at the moment to show you. So there's a little 2-inch squares. Oh, I'm a bit of a quilter here. Hold on. Learner. 2-inch squares. And while I was at it, I cut a whole load more. It's all ready to go. The next bit is to cut the fabric. Now, hold on, I better show you what I'm making first. I'm making these. And I'm going to do it on a pink theme. And I've got another one here. And what I'll do is I'll stitch them together like that. See? So that's the aim of it. So then what we'll do is we're going to cut our fabric out. Now I usually could do it about 2 3/4. 2 1/2 I find is a bit tight to put over the edge, so I'll just do it 2 3/4. So I've got some new fabric, which I haven't ironed. I'll line it up like that. I'm going to put you back down. Oh, you know, the only thing I haven't got with me is a ruler. So let's get this right here and get my ruler. I'm using a big one here. The other way. So I'm going to make my edge straight. So what I do is make a straight line on the bottom crease. As you might see, there's a little bit, it's not straight, so I'll just use the crease. So cut that little bit off, put that away, and I'll flip it over. Some people use the mat as a ruler, but I don't. I use the actual ruler. 2 inch. I put 2 inch. They're nearly done it. 2 3/4 inches. This is a funny ruler actually. 2 1/2. Hold on a minute. Let's get a little bit of smaller ruler here. Well organised. There's more markings on this ruler. So 2 3/4. Always push your rotary cutter away from you, because if you pull it towards you, it's not the first time a lady or a man will cut their legs by drawing it towards them. Just have to keep your fingers out of the way. Press down. You can get some grips for your ruler as well that stop it slipping so much. I haven't got any on this one, but the longer rulers is handy. I'll drop that bit. Just going to do one more while I'm here. Can you see it? Yep. So, that bit didn't go. Okay. So again, I'm going to straighten off the edge. So I put the line on the long edge here, a little overflap. There's a little bit of the I don't know what you call it, the side, the selvage that they do when they make the fabric to put it through the machine. So cut that off. I'm going to move that one out of the way. And 2 3/4 again. Nice to put the straight line along here as well as the one you're using. This doesn't have to be quite as precise because it's going round paper as the template, but it's a good habit to get into in case you have to do more precision cutting. Okay, so we've got put you up again. Now we've got our little squares. Okay, so let me show you. There's my box of squares that I've done so far. I don't count them, I just carry on cutting. Because you obviously need a certain number for that section of quilt. Shove that out of the way. So then what we do is we'll get a template, a paper template. Paper template and our fabric. Let's get you a bit nearer. And put it in the middle. And pin. And that's it for the moment. Okay. So we need a lot of different colours, different patterns. And I have all sorts in this little box ready to sew. Because I've even got little fabrics ready to put the paper templates round. Some people use more cardy sort of magazine, paper, but I've used them for years, printer paper, so that's fine. So the next thing we're going to do is sew our, I'll get down to this, excuse me a minute. Next thing we've got to do is sew our fabric to our squares. So I'm going to cut a piece of thread. Any leftover bobbin cotton's good for this. You don't, if you buy cheap cotton, not your best for your quilting. Find a needle. We have dozens of needles. I didn't set this piece up. There's a needle here. I'll try this. So, make a knot in the end. And I'm definitely going to tilt you down this way. I know what I do is just fold it over Hold on, which way am I going? That way. That goes straight through. That's a good knot. See? Doing it for years and still can't tie a knot at the end of my fabric. Just bend that over. Stick it in all through 4 layers. Or how many other layers there are. I usually do 2 along here because it's a little bit bigger than a little template. Take my pin out, don't it in the way. Okay, so in the corner there, because that's not, well, it's quite important to keep that corner square. Something on the floor. Right. In there. I'm new to this, so I can't, I'm learning how to get the angles of the camera, etc. So do forgive me. It can only get better. In the corner, along there. And then the last corner, get that ready. Okay, in there, up there. And the last corner, I don't just leave it like that, I give it another stitch because that's the bit that will come undone, you know. And if you're not happy, I'm going to go another one in there. So that's the squares finished. Excuse me a minute, I've got to get my scissors now. Dropped them. Nothing unusual. There we go. Okay. So there's the little squares. So the next thing we've got to do is sew them together. And what I do is make set them out on the table, etc. For instance, so I'll put one there, 2. I'm going to put them over a bit because I want to make sure they fit. 4, so it's 4 to there. 1, 2, 3, a lot of dealing cards. There we go. Put my needle down. So, next set inside. I mean, you can make this any colour, you can make them random, you know. You could have random blues in one section, random greens. Hold on, missed one there. I told you it's like dealing cards. Matching them up. And then I can put that one in the middle. So that's it. So what I usually do is I sew this row together, so that's them 2 and them 2. And you can either sew that row together, the sides, etc. And then sew that row to there, that row to there. I've actually found that I'm doing these top 4, 4, 4 and 4, and then the 3, 3, 3, and then putting them together that way. Any way that you want to do, it's fine. You'll find your own way of doing it, you know. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with hand sewing, but it's a pretty effective way. And again, if I get one of them other little blocks that I've done and put that there, you'll be able to see how it come together. There is a quilting pattern. Let's put you up a bit. There is a pattern called Trip Around the World, and you continue round. And I could have done that all by hand to make it a big kind of diamond effect, square on a point effect. And there is a way of doing that on a machine by sewing strips and then cutting them down and then moving them up. And you'll see it on, if you look for a Trip Around the World on YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll probably do that in the future. As I say, this is one of my first videos, so I'm learning. I'm nervous, and forgive me. But I thought for hand sewing, which I really love doing, and I think people can do this sitting in front of their television, sitting in company even, you know, you're just sewing away, like picking up another bit. There's not too much thought to it. As I get older, thinking about things is a bit harder. So it's nice and relaxing, as you can see by my hexagons. So I hope you like this little video, and I hope it encourages you to maybe get off the sewing machine and sit and sew by hand. I'll say goodbye for now, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.